Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon. Good morning, because we're in the States. Good afternoon in London. I have to say before I begin that we had so much technical difficulties coming on today, but this just shows us that we are overcomers. We keep going until we get it. So my name is Noreen N. Henry, and I'm your Victorious Living Strategist. And we are on today to um, to speak with one of our speakers that's coming at the upcoming conference. That is actually a week away. It's actually next week, Saturday. So next Saturday, this time, we will be live in the conference. So the conference is Live Your Best Life Now, and it's Unleash Your Greatest Potential and Own Your Life. So we thank you for your patience as we troubleshoot until we got on. And we thank you for those that are coming on now and for those that will be on the replay. And then just encourage you to join us. Join us at the conference. So I'm going to introduce to you one of our speakers. We have some powerful, powerful speakers coming on. So today we have Patrick Stanley. And not only that he's powerful, he is from London, England, where we were going to have a tour this year. And so he would have been heavily involved in it. And another one, too, we are actually related. We actually grew up together. So, Patrick, introduce yourself.
Thank you, Noreen Henry. Thank you so much. Hi everybody. I'm Patrick Lloyd Stanley. As Noreen said, from London, England, and I'm a self-published author, poet, and playwright and singer-songwriter. I'm also a youth mentor for performing arts workshops
Awesome.
on occasion. And I'm a father to 3 sons and a grandfather to 2 little ones.
Oh, nice.
So, so that's me summed up.
Well,
Yeah.
welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you
Thank you very
for
much.
coming on today to be highlighted as a speaker. And thank you for joining us on at the conference as well, because you have a lot to bring. You have a lot
Yeah.
to bring through your experiences from where you are to how your life is now. And I can tell you, Patrick's topic is, so I know that people will say, you're from England, your accent is so strong. But for those that are on here, can you tell that Patrick's accent is stronger than mine?
To me, yours hasn't changed. Yours hasn't changed much at all, Nori. Not really.
So,
Not really. So you've not lost your accent. There might be a little bit of a twang of American in there, but not much.
so again, Patrick, we are coming in live from London, England, my hometown. Woo woo! So,
Yeah. The topic that you were just talking about, the topic I'm going to be speaking about is the power of speech. The power of speech, and it's your voice. Change your words, change your life.
Amen.
And I'm gonna be talking about how we can implement courses of action strategies to change your situation as you speak into it. And so it's about transforming negative words into positive. The more you speak the truth and combat negative words, flip the script, the lies, you begin to see the opposite begin to manifest. So that's we're going to be talking and we're talking about practical ways of speaking life positively into your situation and taking action regardless of feelings and emotions. Not easy to do, but is it possible?
Right.
Yes.
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 And sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. That's it sort of in a nutshell. That's what we're going to support. But obviously, we're going to be
It's going to get deeper, more.
going to get
Right,
deeper into
right.
that and
Deeper into it.
elaborating on those areas.
Right. So as you hear, that's just a snippet of what Patrick will be talking about next week, Saturday, June 27th, at our conference, Live Your Best Life Now. So as Patrick is talking, this is how one of the ways to own your life one of the ways is our speech, and
Mm.
it plays a very big part in
Massive part.
how, yes, a very big part in our lives. So as the word says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, right?
Tongue.
So
Absolutely.
we have to make sure we're speaking right. But if we don't have the knowledge, we don't have that knowledge, we don't know to speak right. So say many years ago, I used to just say things, right? And
Mm.
so I didn't know that my speech was affecting my life. I didn't know things said to me was affecting my life, because it goes both ways. What someone's saying to
That's right.
you, and then what
And we
you're
affect others' lives
speaking.
as well, don't we? When what
Yes,
we speak to them,
yes,
our
yes,
children,
yes,
you know, our brothers, sisters, our
yeah,
siblings, we affect their lives and
yeah,
what we say to one
yeah.
another.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. So
Mm.
it's extremely important that we learn to speak right. It's extremely important, even if it's joking, because I have stories. I have stories. I can give you a quick story of our speech, right? There's a lady that I used to work with, and I have many stories. A lady I used to work with passed away, and when she passed away, I was actually surprised, right? Because I'm like, she's strong in the Lord, she knows the word, and like her faith is strong. How come
Yeah.
she's passed away? But I know that our speech is a part of it, so I knew that I was going to hear something of the reason why she passed away. She didn't get
Mm.
another one that did not get to retire. Very lovely
Mm.
person. So of course, one day I was talking to another coworker, and we were talking about it, and so she said to me, she would always say, the job is killing me, and instantly I said,
Wow.
that's what it
Wow.
was. Those words went to work. So one of
Yeah.
the things I say is that we're either giving Satan words to work with, or we're giving God words to work with. So
Exactly.
we have to make sure
Exactly.
that we are giving God words to work with. So
Words to
even though
work with.
people don't mean what they say, our words go to work for us.
So
So
powerful.
so
So powerful.
and especially in this season two of, we've gone, from one extreme to the other, from
To the other. Mm.
the pandemic, and now it's the racial
Racial
issues and to change.
injustice.
So
And yeah. Yeah.
our words is so, I think it's such a timely word that you're coming with our speech
Mm.
in this season,
In
and
this
speaking at the
time. Yeah.
conference. So that's why I'm telling people to, just register, come and join us, because you're gonna leave differently. You're not gonna leave the same way that
Oh,
you came.
definitely.
So
Yeah, you're gonna leave with some strategies under your belt, sort of thing. You know, of how to, as I say, how to combat the negative words that have been spoken to you and over your life from perhaps being a child to an adult, and
right.
how those words have affected you
Yes.
in in the way you behave, because they
Yes.
will. They
Yep.
will affect you in the way you
Yep.
behave. You know,
Yep.
I think it goes without saying. A perfect example is, a child growing up hears a certain word all the time. Oh, you're no good.
Yes.
You're an
Yep.
idiot. You're a fool. You're an idiot. You're no good. You'll never amount to nothing. And then eventually, that child may be brilliant in all what he's doing. And eventually those words have
That,
they've taken root. They've taken
right.
root.
Right.
They're planted deep within
Yep.
that child's in a being.
Yes.
And it will start to manifest in their actions, in the way they behave, because it's something that they begin to believe.
Yes.
You
Yep.
you hear something enough, you start to believe it.
Yeah.
So if we say something enough, we start to believe it and we start to do it. So yeah, we're really going to go in deep on the issues
Awesome.
of words, and
Yeah, that's
how.
awesome.
Wow.
I look forward
Mm.
to it, because that's one of my things too. Because and it was a book that I read. I don't, maybe 10 years ago now, 11 years ago. It
Yeah.
was a book because I knew a little bit about words, but I didn't know the depth of it, right? So
Mm.
um because one of the things, like many, when my kids were little, I used to want to work at home. I didn't want to go to the job. I wanted to be home with my kids. So
Yeah.
I used to say I want to be sick, right, so I could be home. But
Oh.
I didn't mean the words, right? I didn't mean the
Yeah. No,
words.
you don't mean them, but they're.
So what happened to me? Did I
You
get
got
sick?
sick.
I got
You
sick,
got
all
sick.
right. I got so sick. I got so sick that I had to have emergency surgery.
Oh
So,
wow.
so I was
See,
home,
that's
all
how.
right.
See,
I
I'm
was
not
home, all
laughing
right.
now. I'm not
No,
laughing now because that is so deep, and that is, generally you might think, yeah, we say something and, oh, and then we realize that we may our conscience may prick us and think, oh right, I shouldn't have said that because it's not something positive, but something like that, and you say that you actually have to have surgery.
Yeah,
Wow,
and
Noreen, that
not
it
even
just goes to
surgery,
show how deep
emergency surgery.
emergency surgery.
Emergency surgery.
Right.
And if it wasn't for, like, they did a test, I remember I was at the hospital, they did a test, and if the test came back positive, I would have had to have surgery that night, but it came back
Wow,
negative, so I ended up having the surgery
wow.
the next day.
The
But it was
next day,
based
but
on those
still,
words. So back then, and my kids were little, like my youngest was 2 at that time, and he's now about to be 30. So this was 28 years ago, right, that this
wow.
happened.
So that was in.
So
So that's obviously in the
so
States, obviously. Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
over here. That was over here. And
Mm.
so when so with that, I knew not to say those words anymore, right?
Yeah,
But I still was saying words that I shouldn't have been saying, right?
yeah.
So negative things was happening in my life. So after a while, I got saved, and I still didn't know the depthness of our
Oh,
words.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it was when I read a book. I read a book called "How to Avoid Tragedy and Live a Better Life," and as I read that book, that's when I got the deep revelation of our
Revelation. Yeah,
words. And so that's
yeah.
why I know now when they were telling the story, it's a very, in fact, I highly recommend that book. It's How to
Mm,
Avoid Tragedy and Live a Better Life by Charles Capps. So it gave
mm.
stories,
Charles Yeah.
and then it went back to with stuff that happened to people because you're like, how come that happened to them? And it's all based on what they were saying. And so that's why
Saying
we have to be
yes.
careful. Like going to bed, it's not even a proper habit for me yet. Like pray against people's words because you don't know what people are saying,
You
right?
said
So
absolutely,
it's not just our
absolutely.
speech; it's other people's speech too, right?
It's a
So
daily thing. It's a daily
yes,
thing, and
yes,
it's a
yes,
daily thing, and it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle of and it's an unlearning,
yes. That's
unlearn.
yes, yep,
You know,
yep,
the unlearn
yep, yep.
things that we've heard, and they go in because as you know, as a child, you're like a sponge. You soak up so much, and you start to
Yeah,
repeat those things. You know,
yeah,
for instance, a young child will, you know, the parents, for instance, are swearing all the time, and then that little child starts swearing. It's not that little child's fault, but
right.
you know, cursing profanities, such forth and so on. But it's what the child is hearing, so it's soaking it up and it's going to repeat it.
That's
And
right.
so there's a lifetime of unlearning
Yeah,
to to be done, you know.
yep,
And
yep,
words are, see, well, I say we forget. Sometimes we're not so mindful of it. Words are creative.
yes,
Words create.
yes,
Words are creative. They, you know, if our father, he said, "Let there be light." He spoke it,
right,
and there was light.
right.
There was light. You know, so and he is creator, and he's made us, and we're
Hmm.
creative.
Right.
So when we say things, we've got to realize that wow, it is so, you know, people take it, we just take our words for granted. We really, really
Yeah,
do, but we
yeah,
really do
yeah,
have to think
yeah,
about what we're thinking about before
yeah.
it comes
Before
out
we fit-
of
Right,
our mouth,
right,
you know.
right,
But
right.
yeah, that's,
Right,
you
and
know,
that's part of it is awareness, and that's why I'm so glad
yeah.
you're bringing that topic. I'm so happy for the topic that you're bringing because part of it is awareness. Because many
Mm,
years ago, I wasn't aware of the importance of our words, and we need to be taught that as children, so that we know to be careful with what we speak, that we speak life, right? So it's an awareness, and then
mm,
the word says too that we perish for lack of knowledge, and so
that's right.
and we really do.
We re-
We
we
really do perish
absolutely
for
do.
lack
We
of
do
knowledge. So that's
definitely.
why coming to conferences and reading books and going to doing the trainings, getting coaching, doing these different things is what helps us to un unlearn, because that's what I have in my book,
Yes,
my chapter, unlearn
yes,
and relearn, because that's what I say.
and
That's
relearn.
and
Yes.
I'm how old now? I don't need to reveal my age. Everybody knows I'm older, but so as old as I am, and the knowledge that the knowledge that I've gained over the years, I am still unlearning and relearning.
Yeah,
And so it's a lifelong process. So it's something that never stops. I don't think it ever
never
stops
stops.
because
Never stops.
to me, the younger you are, that's why I wish that children are taught these things, right? So
Yes.
so to me,
Yeah.
the older you are, there's more unlearning to do, right? So even though you
Yes.
unlearn and relearn something else, then something else shows up. So that's what
Oh,
we have.
most definitely.
We
Most
have to keep
definitely.
going. And so this is
Yeah.
one of the reasons. Like I'm a lifelong learner, and I've always been an avid reader as well. So I'm gonna always keep
Mhm.
learning anyway. But like, that's why it's important to do these things. Like, come and join us. Join us next week Saturday, because you just got a snippet of what we're gonna get from
Yes.
our another powerhouse speaker, Patrick Stanley. So we invite you to come and join us, because we've got the lineup. The lineup of the speakers is powerful, and what I'm saying, like, all the things that we've been going through the past few months with the different uh, I don't even want to say, but the different things that have gone on and the stuff that is still going on. So
Yes.
this is a
Yes.
time, whoever needs a renewal, needs a pick me up, needs a boost,
Yes.
come and
Well,
join us.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, just I know we're going to finish up soon, Noreen, but we are actually living in a time of lies. When you think about it, we're living in a time of lies. We're
Right.
nations lying to nations. Nations, you know, they say the pen is mightier than the sword, and
Mm,
it is mightier than sword. And we have
right.
things written. We have things written on paper, and and there are truths written on paper, but they're not adhered to. So
Hmm.
we're living the lie still. We're
Right.
living in
Right.
the way that we treat each other and the things that we say about and the way that we think of each other and the things that get said, and people believe that about their
Yeah.
nations, or they're
Yeah.
not educated enough. So the, the power of the tongue has got a lot
Yeah.
to account for.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
it,
Yep.
the power
Yep.
of the tongue's got a lot to account for.
Yep.
So yeah, really looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Because one of the things too, like a few weeks ago, it came to me, because whatever we speak about, we bring about, right? So
Yeah.
everybody's talking about the virus. Everybody's talking about that. I don't even want to say their name, because one morning I woke up, and I'm a few weeks ago, because I actually wrote it, but I ended up not posting it. Maybe I wasn't supposed to post that, but I wrote it.
Mm,
I wrote it to post it. You know, that I woke up with these thoughts that what we speak, we bring about. So if the
yeah.
speak is continually on the virus, we're going to continue to get the virus.
Oh,
So we need to speak. So I don't like to say the word. I don't say the word anymore. Like, I'll just say virus, but I don't like to. I don't even want to speak about it no more,
yeah. To
because
actually
what we
say
speak about.
what
So
it's called. Yeah.
everybody's
Because
everybody's focusing on that. That's what it won't go away.
because when you focus, you're absolutely right, Norman. Because when you focus on something and you keep speaking it, what are you actually doing to it? You're giving it
Live.
power.
Yeah.
You're giving it power. You're
Yeah.
giving it power to
Yeah.
exist. You're giving it power to do, to do whatever the word uh,
Hmm.
is
The replace.
about. To take to actually take place. You're making those words manifest.
Right.
And so yeah, you're just giving the words power. And so I agree with you. I've stopped talking about it from a while ago, and all these things that you're seeing and the things that people are talking about, saying it's this, that, the other. End of the day, the truth that I need to know is all in one book.
Hmm.
The whole truth that I need to know is in one book, and you know everything I need that is in there for life. The guide. It's a guidebook. It's a
Right.
guidebook to your life
Right.
and how
Right.
we ought to be speaking and how we ought to be,
Hmm.
treating one another and what we ought to be
Hmm.
implementing in our lives. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I agree with you 100%. Like I've stopped saying the word. I haven't said it for ages. So yeah,
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
with you on that one, Noreen. I'm with
Yeah.
you on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So on that note, we're going to get to wrap up. So any last words you want to say to the viewers, for those that's viewing and for those that are on the replay? Because I just encourage
Well,
you to just sign up.
well, thank you, Noreen, for this talk and
You're,
introduction
you're welcome.
for next week's conference. I just want to say to anybody who's listening and just be part of it. Be part of it because it's going to be awesome. Uh, I'm going to be learning stuff myself because I'm going to be watching from start to finish with the other speakers. I know I'm going to get so much from it myself. So, yeah, just get your tickets and come and listen. It's going to be awesome. And I just want to throw in there as well, Noreen, I'll probably do one or two pieces of poetry that
Yeah.
are to do with positive and negative speaking. So,
Awesome. Awesome.
so I'd like
Yeah.
to do that as well. So yes,
Awesome.
I think.
Awesome.
Mm.
Oh, I thank you. I thank you for coming on today. I thank you for agreeing to speak on the conference because even though we are related, I think it's fabulous because we have come a long way. We have
Way
come
from
a
our
long,
childhood,
long
yeah,
way,
from our childhood,
and it's
yeah,
good to
yeah.
see you like this because you're over in England. I'm in the States, so it's so good to see you like this and see you on here and how
It's
we get to
wonderful.
collaborate even though we're in different countries. So um,
It's great. It's great.
yeah, it's
Wonderful.
great. So it's lovely. So
Yeah.
um, thank you again. And as Patrick said, come and join us because he himself is going to be learning from this conference. So it's live your best life now, unleash your
Mm.
greatest potential, and own your life. And I think for me, I think this is so needed in this season that
Time.
we are
Yeah.
in. It's needed anyway, but especially for the season that we're in right now.
Mm.
So thank you all. Thank you for those that are on the replay. And remember that there is always hope. There is always hope. So see you at the
Always hope.
conference. See you at the
Yeah.
conference. Okay.
Wonderful.
Bye,
Wonderful. Thank you so
bye
much.
for now. Bye for
Bye
now.
bye.
Bye
Bye
for now.
bye. Bye everybody. Bye.